Yes, sir. You know the fucking vibes. NYCFC Football Podcast is back. NYCFC finally broke their 3-game winless streak. Got a win against our rivals, the Philadelphia Union. Sanchez, what up?
I was gonna try.
Again, huh?
It was a beautiful day. You know, in the wind column, it was beautiful. The weather was miserable yesterday.
What they say on the memes chat, whatever the fuck that shit is on Instagram, the third winter or some shit.
Oh, third winter? Yeah, I think we're
officially in the third winter, bro.
All day yesterday, I was telling everybody when the weather was brought up, I was saying I better see some serious May flowers.
Yo, for real, bro.
Like there better be some fucking
the biggest Jurassic Park looking flowers ever, bro.
Some beautiful fucking landscape. It makes me go, wow, that shit is beautiful. Like make me say that. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. Look at these flowers.
Fucking beautiful, man.
It was mad snow up here, bro. I woke up.
I saw that.
I got a window to the left of me right here. And
I see that.
I went to get something, maybe a baby bottle or whatever it was, and I saw the tree was white. I was like, what the fuck? So I walked in the living room. I checked the balcony. It was a winter wonderland outside, bro.
Put the tree back up.
Put the tree back up. Yep. Got it out of stores. Put that shit back up. Son, there's a dude in this complex. He still has his tree up. We see that shit every night. Every time we walk the dog, we go out.
He still lights it up, turns it on.
Yeah, it's still on. Lights and everything.
Psychopath. Crazy. Yo, it reminds me, I think it was last year or the year before, where the Knicks were in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't have I didn't have the channel. So I'm like, fuck, I'm trying to find a streaming site or whatever and every site I found, it was just not working for me.
Yeah.
Because I was on my phone. You know, like, you know how the streaming sometimes doesn't work on the phone.
Yep.
So then I find a dude Facebook Live showing the game.
So I'm like, he's on Facebook Live, but he's showing the game through his TV. So it's like an inception.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And he's commentating. Like there's like 7 people watching, and I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, so fuck it. This will do. You know, like this will do.
This is all you got. That's all I
got, right? I want to watch the game. It's all I got.
You and 6 other pendejos that don't got.
So I'm talking to the guy, like commenting and shit. And then he does one of these when he's like repositions himself and the camera kind of goes with him, the phone kind of goes with him. And I'm like, hold on a second. Is that your tree right there in the corner?
Son. And mind you, for people listening or watching, the NBA playoffs start in late April, early May.
And they finish in June.
And it finishes in June. So we're 5-6 months removed from Christmas.
He has the Christmas tree up.
Holy shit.
And I was like, yo, is that your Christmas tree? And he was like, yo, y'all gonna start roasting me for my tree? And
yes.
Yes. I was like, yo, turn that shit on, bro. He turned it on.
Of course. What an idiot, bro. That's fucking hilarious. Man.
Oh man. He was from like the South somewhere. Yeah, he had like a thick Southern accent. Yeah.
Jesus.
I was like, damn, put your like you got the tree up, bro. Put the tree away.
Yeah,
I saw somebody the other day in my neighborhood actually with the tree. I don't know if it's still there, but I saw it maybe like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, walking Igor, and I was like, this dude still got the tree up.
Still on, yeah.
Turned on, lit up.
Yep. That's how these people are. These people still have the tree still up.
They got it still connected to the Alexa, so it turns on automatically. They haven't even probably deactivated that, at least, you know.
Turn crazy the Christmas tree on. Play some Christmas music.
Electric boat crazy for no goddamn reason.
How you feel about Christmas music during the year? Like, you cool with that, or you just straight Christmas season Christmas music?
It's funny.
Are you a Christmas music fan? I don't think we've had this discussion.
No, I don't give a damn. But funny you mentioned that, because earlier I was at my mom's house, and my mom, my whole life, she's always played Frank Sinatra. Like that's the type of music she plays, like the oldies, you know.
Yeah.
And my sister comes home and she hears Sinatra and she's like, is this a Christmas music on?
Oh God.
And I was like, no, it's just Frank, you know, he has more music besides the weather outside, you know, like
yeah.
Besides the Christmas music.
The Christmas music and shit. But
wow. Look at that. That's just like weird when conversations come back from throughout the day.
Yeah.
You know, like that the deja vu aspect of it.
Okay.
Pretty weird. All right.
I don't know what's weird, a Christmas tree right now, or
No, the Christmas tree right now is fucking diabolical.
yeah, that's nasty work right there, bro.
That's diabolical.
That's
I
very nasty.
imagine you got to keep us an update on how long the Christmas tree's up.
I should
You
just
got to update
I should just put a picture every day, every night I
every
walk Benny, and just put it on Instagram. Still
Yeah.
up. I'm gonna put still up.
Yeah.
Hashtag still up.
Just keep putting the date up. You know, like let's just see
Facts.
how long it stays.
See how long this goes. Yeah, it's
But
kind of ridiculous. Yeah,
That's pretty psychopath, bro.
because when we moved in, we were like, wow, that's crazy. The tree's still up. And then
And that was like February, March.
it's been like 2-3 months already, and we're like, wow, he still has it up. This
Yeah.
is crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah, the tree's about to bloom. You know, like spring is here in the air, and tree's still kicking it. So
You imagine it's a real tree,
nah, come on, nah.
and that's just like just dry as hell. In
Just
the crib. By the time it's
just,
summertime, it's just like a skeleton of a tree, it's just branches.
It's just a fire hazard waiting to happen. Yo.
Oh my god.
Just a fucking fire hazard waiting. That whole complex is gonna burn down and shit.
Oh my god.
Fuck, man. Anyway, man.
Speaking of complexes, the buildings outside Citi Field in Whittets Point, they're starting to look like something.
Yo, great transition, bro.
Thank you.
That was very smooth.
Thank
Yo,
you.
where's our board? Because we need our sound effects. This is week 8. We don't have no sound effects, yo.
Yeah, it would be right here. If I had it,
I wonder
if I had it connected, it would be right here.
Let me look into seeing if we can use that as an interface. Because if we can, then we could do some new drops and shit.
Correct.
Yes.
We would have to mess with that here one day.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, so the buildings,
the buildings are up, no?
yeah, they're looking. The word on the street is that the lottery is supposed to open sometime soon this spring. That's the word on the street, with potential of people moving in by the end of this year.
Wow. Are you going to apply?
Of 1000%.
Oh, nice.
I think I also think that
I think I might secretly apply too.
I've been to enough construction sites in my lifetime to be like, I don't think these are gonna be done by the end of the year. It's a little too soon.
Yeah,
I think the way it's April, the buildings outside are bare. That means the inside is probably just as bare. I don't know. Wishful thinking. Maybe they're working round the clock. Who knows? That's a good question. I wonder if I don't think they are working around the clock, but
yeah, probably not. It's union. Maybe, I don't know. It's like there's
like,
not real.
They might be doing some type of work. Maybe not full crews overnight, but they probably doing some work.
So some changes already down in the Willets Point area, right by Citi Field. Should we jump into the update for the stadium?
Yes.
All right, let me see if I could bring this up.
Let's see. Wait, Yousef's not here.
Shout out to Yousef. He said he's not feeling well. So hopefully he feels better. Coming soon. What do you think of this though?
This is what was her name?
Julian Sullivan, I think it was. Jennifer O'Sullivan.
Jennifer O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
She's the NYCFC COO, Chief Operating Officer, I think you could say.
Chief Operating Officer, correct.
Yeah. So
hold on. This is a tweet from Soup.
The Soup, Chris Campbell.
Yep.
That I guess she sent this out to media personnel or whatever. So this is like a little update about where we at with the stadium. You know, making good progress since the December groundbreaking, still scheduled for a 2027 opening. What's to be determined if that's going to be spring 2027 or summer 2027. You know, that's a whole conversation.
No, we've never even thought about that because we just assuming week 1.
Yeah, also, but the schedule, MLS schedule could change too for 2027, which would be beneficial for the stadium just in case it runs into some delays.
That's so true.
You know, but all right. You know, some stadium, I forget what stadium was the last I think Minnesota was the last stadium that opened, but not at the beginning of the season. It actually opened like week 11, I think it was, or week 12. That Minnesota went 10 or 11 games on the road. And then they went to the home. I think that was Minnesota.
I've
All
yet
right, so
to visit that stadium, but I want to.
I like it. It was nice.
Nice.
So all 1,300 plus below ground piles to support the new stadium have been put in place. You know, those are like the telephone poles type of thing. You know,
Is that steel? I'm guessing it's steel, correct?
They could be a combination. You know, steel, concrete, wood, treated wood. The next phase of work is the underground utilities. You know, the water. Probably water is going to be the main one, the most complex one.
Yeah.
Electricity, the excavation for the foundation, and prep for structural steel. That's the steel beams that go upwards. You know, that's, you know, over the next few months, or over recent months, excuse me, Turner NYCFC hosted this is all like other stuff, but yeah, there's progress. The stadium is being built, and from the outside, it was pretty cool seeing the entrance to the job site is covered. Both entrances.
So you can't look in and shit.
No, both entrances, there's like a turnstile system to get for the workers to come in, and around the turnstiles is covered in NYCFC stuff.
Okay.
Stickers, logos, champions, MLS champions stickers, and magnets, whatever. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, all right, they're making it be known that this is like from the outside, this is where the stadium's gonna be.
Yeah. That's gonna be fire, bro. I'm so excited for that stadium.
Yeah, it's pretty cool seeing the progress. To me, this week caught my eye in the March, the buildings. The progress of the buildings is more notable than the stadium, because from the outside you can't really see, from street level you can't really see the progress of the stadium because it's covered in the scaffold, the green scaffolding, the wood scaffolding. But the buildings, the 2 buildings or 3 buildings, whatever, how many it is, those are elevated structures. You can see how tall they're gonna be. The progress, the blocking, the windows are in place. That's pretty cool.
Hold on, I have a photo that you sent.
En verdad.
I can't see. Hold on, I gotta move my camera real quick. Bam. Let's see. Is that the complex?
Yes.
That's it right here.
This view right here is from the March. Once we turn, you know where the media entrance is, like that, where the cars pull in.
Yeah.
That's the March turning there. So like the stadium is to the people's right. The Citi Field is to the people's right. Our stadium is to the back. You can kind of see it. I don't know if you can zoom in a bit.
Oh, let me see. Maybe like this.
I don't know. You're the man. You're the man right there.
I'm not Yousef, man. I'm not used to this. I could take the photos and the videos, but man, I don't know. I don't know how to zoom in on this shit.
All right, so you can see the green scaffolding on the lower part. That's where the stadium is going to be, right. And then the buildings they're there, you know, with the cranes up top. Being that there's still cranes on these buildings, it's like, all right, there's 7 months left.
Man. Maybe
there's 8 months left in the year. Like, I don't see people living in these buildings right now. But good thing is that the windows are in place. The freight elevator is still there, so that means it's still kind of behind. If the freight elevator is still inside, you can kind of see. You see where that yellow circle is?
Yeah, I can see the freight elevator. I can see it on both.
That's the exterior freight elevator. That means the internal elevators are not running yet, which means, hello, you haven't given me a call to come through and build these elevators. And those take about
I know elevator mechanic.
6 months, you know, so it's hard for me to believe people are going to move in this year. It's hard for me to believe. Whether the lottery happens this year, at some point this year, that 100% believe that's the case.
Yeah.
You know, but it's pretty cool seeing the progress. Like, those buildings weren't there a year ago, you know?
It's pretty fire, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. That's
exciting times here.
Yeah,
man. I don't know. From what I'm gathering, it sounds like maybe I don't know, maybe January or February, people might be able to start moving in. That'll give like an extra year because sometimes these construction shits they get delayed.
Yeah, of course. And then what they will do is they'll open certain floors up for people to move in. They'll finish
Oh, while they're still working.
while they're still working.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yes,
maybe that's what they plan on doing.
Yeah, but seeing the freight elevator and cranes don't make me believe that.
All right. Anyway, how was the march at Citi Field though overall?
It was good. We came in from the marina, and
because this was the first match we've had at Citi Field this season.
Yes, it was the first match at Citi Field.
First match at Citi Field. Yeah, man. So I saw the photo. Matter of fact, I got the photo right here, brother.
Oh, there you go.
Boom, bow. One sec. So yeah, talk to me a little bit about the march where I pull this.
So obviously the weather was horrendous yesterday. It was Charlie. Shouts to Charlie. He brought up a good point when the march ended. He's like, "Yo, it's like a whole 10 degrees warmer by the stadium than it was at the marina. By the marina, I was fucking freezing, bro. That water is
cold, man. You right by the water and shit.
That wind coming off the water. Shouts to Third Rail. They had a very successful tailgate. It was I arrived late. I am not gonna lie. I got there late. I had things to do. I got there just right before the march started. And yeah, it was they had a whole brewery, people there. It was good. It was great. It was a good turnout for them. Good size turnout, to be fair.
Nice.
And then we marched over. Yeah, we marched over, and that walk is kind of long, bro. Like
that's a bit of a walk.
Yeah, it's a bit of a walk.
I'm curious to see when we get to the stadium where the march is gonna take place from.
It's gonna be from the marina to the stadium, 1 block.
Just 1 block over?
A block and a half, whatever that is, whatever that distance is. Kind of like what stands to the 161, 1 block.
Right. So not too bad then, not too much of a walk then.
Yeah, maybe a hair longer, like just a smidge longer. What I didn't like about the march is that the police were very adamant on everybody staying on the sidewalk. I hope in the future when the stadium is in place, that they do what like how in Yankee Stadium, where because there can't be no car vehicular traffic going through that much.
Yeah.
If it's a game day, so it's like hopefully they give us the street.
Where we just take over the street and just
instead of on the sidewalk or whatever, actually take over the street. Like I said, it's only going to be like a block and a half, 2 blocks. No, it'll be 2 blocks. It will be 2 blocks. Distance. It's not like too much. It's not like what it is now. We're just like literally walking like a quarter mile from the marina to the Apple is like 0.3 mile, 3.3 miles. Excuse me. It's like it's not right there.
It's a journey, bro.
Yeah. But to be fair, through the weather, the crowd was enthusiastic throughout the whole march. Everybody was in game shape. I guess you could say.
In game form.
Yeah. There you go. And speaking of game form,
hold on. Jumped the gun there a little bit.
No,
jumped the gun there a little bit. I was just getting ready.
Yeah.
I wanna. Yeah, we could jump a little forward. I know that the supporters are banned from having flags and drums and this, that, and the third. There was a lot of talk on the Facebook supporter page and on Reddit as well about
you're a big Reddit guy. You're big on Reddit, huh?
Yeah, I like Reddit. There was talk about how the drums get used as a crutch, so we lose that enthusiasm and we lose that the loudness and the support, and there was a lot of complaints about that. But I will say this, we're going through a little thing over here, so I decided not to go to the game yesterday. I stayed home. But for almost the entirety of the match, bro, the supporters were behind the team. You could hear it on the broadcast.
It wasn't just that. It was stadium wide, the entire crowd, I felt that was very invested in the game, into
Mm,
every play,
good. That's
the
how it should.
the oohs and ahs and the cheering and the ohs and the ebbs and flow of the game. That
Yeah.
the entire crowd was involved, and it kind of shows uh how, I guess, ball knowledgeable our fans are as a
Yeah.
whole, because they know that this game is a must win at this point. Like, we're coming off a slide, like you mentioned at the top of the show,
Hmm.
um, that we need to pick up form. We need to get a win here at home, and it is a tough opponent, so that's why we got to be up for it. The crowd as a whole was up for it.
Do you think? Do you think because it's the Queens crowd, it's a different crowd? That knows football a little better, maybe compared
Mm,
to the Bronx crowd, or do you
no,
think it was?
I don't want to put it on geography on this, because there's moments. It showed improved last year when we played Miami with the James Sands header, where the stadium
Yeah.
erupted. Like, the effect of the crowd knowing what's at stake, what's the importance of moments. So no, I wouldn't put it on geography. I just think our fans are good. We're ball knowledgeable fans, I think.
Good, good. No,
Yeah.
I think I thought it was because just remembering all the conversation that I had heard about us not sounding well in the last match, the loss that we had. I was a bit worried because we're going to
Oh,
Queens.
the last match was bad compared to
Yeah,
on
I
the
mean it,
field
it
and on
started
the
off bad
stands.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it started off bad. So I guess a lot of people as soon as they scored, Minnesota scored. It's kind of difficult to try to be up for it, but I'm glad to hear that people were up for this match. Speaking of the match, all right, let's get into this lineup real quick. Bow. Here we
Alrighty
go.
then.
Sanchez, take it away.
We have Matt Freeze in goal, Lineage with another start, Thiago Martins, Justin Hack back starting at center back. The Burke Reese experiment is over. Kevin O'Toole. We have Keaton Parks. We have Johnny Shore back in the starting lineup after last week's hiatus. Hani's Wolf on the right, Maxi Moraes in the middle, and Agustino Hayda making maybe his second start of the year.
I think so. Might be a second.
And Alonso Martinez up top as our center forward.
I want to bring something up that I saw
Dime.
on the bench. Did you see a certain someone on the bench?
Andres Perea was on the bench.
That's one. There was another one. Tavon Gray. Tavon Gray was on the bench.
He was on the bench last week.
I know, but
He's coming off injury. He also
coming off injury,
played
yeah.
in the on Wednesday for the NYC2s.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I believe he had an assist on one of the goals, to be honest. I think so.
Oh, my boy.
I think he had an assist.
My boy.
Yes. He actually, I think this is his second game with the twos. So he's still he's they're keeping him in shape that way. Well, let's see what happens. I guess the coach likes the lineage more than Gray, clearly.
Yeah, but it's one of those things we've talked about on the podcast. Competition, healthy. There's nothing wrong with healthy competition. And
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure Tavon will get his start. He'll come back and do what he's got to do. But I don't know. I think right now Lineage is doing well.
The schedule is going to get congested soon in a few weeks with the our entry into the U.S. Open Cup. We'll be coming in soon in a couple weeks. I think early May, most likely.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Full squad rotation is the answer, but I think that will be his. If he's not playing by then, I think that will be the moment where he plays for the first team.
Yeah.
And familiar with the field conditions already at St. John's.
Yep.
But you know what? I think I'm okay with a Lineage, especially at the performance he had yesterday. It's solidifying the coach being right on this one specific position.
How do you feel about Justin Hack playing center back?
I said it at the beginning of the year. I said it at the end of last year. And
I feel like there was somebody who disagreed with you about this.
Yeah, that's why he didn't show up today. Called him sick. Yeah,
he was shook.
He called in sick. Doctor said I need a bacchiometry. When time for card, I pick up that card with a smiley face and I call him over to my place. My smiley face.
I was quoting that movie the other day to somebody. They were just looking at me like, I've never heard of it. Snooze
You
you lose,
obviously,
buddy.
you obviously never smoked weed, buddy.
Exactly. So yeah, what are you thinking?
Listen, I'm I'm not usually wrong, but I'm mostly right. And I said that Justin Hack was gonna be should be our starting center back, and here we are. Look, last week Burke Reisa started, played 40 minutes. The coach took him out because he didn't like his performance.
Yeah,
That right there
that
speaks.
says something. No?
That says a lot when that guy is supposed to be the starter.
Hmm.
So
speaks volumes, yo.
Yeah,
Volumes.
monumental noise. Justin Hack, I think, is probably the best center back we have on the team right now. I think he's better than Thiago Martins. Thiago Martins, after last week's 2 weeks ago debacles, yesterday he had a moment also where it's just like you gave the ball away to the 18-yard box, which should have been the goal if it wasn't for said Justin Hack coming in, sliding tackle, and hitting the ball and saving the goal. These are things that Justin Hack is not committing those type of errors anymore. And he's making just over league minimum probably. Like he's making homegrown MLS player salary.
Yeah, he's probably not making too much money.
And you got this guy who's a DP player who's probably caking in over $1 million in salary, and he's making every week he's having a blunder where it's just like we're fortunate things are there are not that many consequences to all those blunders, but doesn't mean they're not existing. They're not happening.
Yeah.
So I think Justin Hacks should be our left center back starter for the rest of the season until further notice, until something happens, unless he starts having these blunders, we'll see what happens. But I think he's the guy right now.
I think so too. And I don't know, he's been solid, man. He's been solid his last couple matches. I'm on your side with this one though. I think Hack's got it.
And what's helping him a lot is that Johnny Shore, happy birthday, Johnny Shore, turned 18 today.
Oh, nice. Shouts to him, yo.
Yeah. Johnny Shore has been very good defensively.
Son, he's been playing nice, bro. What was his rating on FotMob? Let me see real quick.
Let's see right there. He must have had like a
7.5. Nice.
He's the man right now.
Yeah.
To me, he had a great game. He had a moment, I think, where he got dispossessed kind of easily.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Hack also had a moment in the second half where he got dispossessed kind of easily, but those things kind of happen, like even Messi gets the ball taken away from him every now and again.
Yeah, of course.
But when you have someone like Johnny Shore and Keane Parks, that midfield in front of the center backs, being able to be great defensively, it helps the center backs.
Well, of course.
It allows them to play a little bit more freer when they have these perfect outlets, like the outlet passes to them. Like there's confidence that they're not going to give up the ball also right there in outside the 18-yard box and just get dispossessed there. So I think that's just Johnny Shore to me is showing that he's the real deal. He might be young, has very minimum experience, but he's showing that he has the potential to be a really, really good, if not great, number 6 defensive mid.
Now I know the team loves selling players, especially when they start playing nice like how Johnny Shore is. But hopefully he's a player that we can keep for a while. And maybe when the stadium comes in and he can help us get that second star on our overall.
Yeah, I think he could be a player that could stay here for a long time. That position is also a very difficult position to it's not a sexy position,
Yeah.
So it's hard to be like, hey, this guy is getting serious looks, not just him, like people in that position in MLS to get serious looks abroad, because they're not goal scorers.
Yeah.
They do the dirty work. They're pass, they're not really like glamorous. That's why
Yeah.
James Sands kind of went underappreciated for such a long time, even though he was such a great player, is because nothing about his game was glamorous. None of them shine. None of it was marketable. It was just like, this guy is going to do the dirty work and get busy. You know,
I think that's one of the things why I like. I guess to go back to the whole Tavon Gray versus a lineage aspect that we were talking about, not aspect, but just that part of the game. A lineage is doing things that a lot of players aren't doing. Like I think he had an assist this game. I think he was given the assist for this match.
But what got me from a lineage early on in the first half, he was shooting from outside the box.
That's what I was about to bring that up. Like he was taking shots. I think he had 3 or 4 shots this game.
They were nowhere near target.
You're right back.
nowhere near on target.
Listen, he's not a striker,
but
he's not even a midfielder. So
but just the confidence, just the confidence of being like, I'm gonna take this shot. Something that we don't really do as much, because we're all we're all about like passing the ball and like just freaking shoot the ball when you get a chance. Like you got it. Someone got to shoot it. You might as well just be you. He's been very good with that. Yesterday he was just like, I'm just gonna shoot. The ball lands to me, I'm just gonna shoot.
Yeah.
Nah,
it's what it's. Yeah, he's. I don't know, man. He's dope, bro. Like he's. I love that he's so positive. He's always smiling. Like he always seems like he's having a.
Bro, he hit the Sue in front of Messi. Like he has. He doesn't lack confidence. This guy does not lack confidence. He is like,
humble is not his vocabulary, bro.
But I know, but I was gonna say at the same time he is humble.
Nah, he's very humble.
He's very like low key and like, I'm gonna do my job. And then when there's the moments where he can deservingly so show his personality, it's because he just did something marvelous.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yo, are you planning a move and seeking a reliable, veteran-owned company to handle your belongings with care? Well, look no further than Tri-State Marines Moving. Founded by a Marine veteran, Christian and his platoon bring discipline, commitment, and the strength of the core to every job. Whether you're relocating your home or office, need packing and storage solutions, junk removal, or even power washing and Mother Nature cleanups, they got you covered. Serving the tri-state area with pride and professionalism, they ensure a seamless and stress-free moving experience. Listen, I'm not just reading the advertisement here. I actually used these guys a couple months ago and everything turned out great. Everything was placed where we wanted. The best part was nothing was broken. So trust the strength of the Marines for your next move. All their info is found on Instagram, which is at TMM_914. Also, tell them Boop sent you. Tri-State Marines Moving for all your moving needs. And I don't know, brother. This was you think this was one of those matches where we finally start turning it around, or was it are you still having concerns?
There's still concerns because there was moments in the game where in the second half where even with us with the lead that Philadelphia was kind of dominating the game. In the first half they had the ball a lot. I think they had the ball in the second half more than us. Yeah,
in the second half that wave file, whatever, I forgot what they call it. But yeah, it was mostly just on their side the entire time.
That momentum stuff.
Yeah, the momentum and shit. But yeah, man, we had a couple chances that we blew in the first half.
There was a cross that went to Ojeda.
Yep.
That he didn't get to.
Yeah.
From Alonso, which some people could say Alonso should have shot it.
Oh, you're talking about that? Yeah. Well, I was thinking the one before that one. It was in in
the 18th minute. Yeah. But I'm talking the Alonso one where he should have. Some people say he could have shot it. I think he did the right thing. I think
he did the right thing too.
Because the pass was the cross was too easy. It was right there. It was a layup. Yeah. And you could say it was too much pace on it, which could be true. But I also feel like in a small way, Ojeda, if you watch the replay in his run, I think he thinks Alonso's going to shoot it.
Yeah.
And that's why he slows down his run a bit.
I feel like that's the natural instinct of the striker, though, is to take that shot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, shoot first, then think of the pass.
And to be fair, that's an angle where Alonso has shot and has scored from.
Yeah.
Like, close range from a diagonal on the keeper.
Hell yeah. I thought he was going to shoot it. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
some people could say,
I saw the pass, and I said, okay, it's there, but take the shot. You know,
yeah,
you the man right
which
now.
which could have been why Ojeda made it slow down because maybe just to anticipate a potential rebound,
Hmm.
you know, or whatever. And then when you're talking about the 18th minute where the ball lands to Hannes Wolf, he shoots not a great shot, but on target, forces the keeper to make a good save because
Yeah,
it was a strong from close range. The ball bounces into Ojeda's lap. Like there's nobody guarding him
yeah. Nobody guarding him.
besides Hannes Wolf is the closest person next to him, and he shanks it like nowhere near on target, shoots it wide right. Eh, I'm like, that was pretty bad.
There's a
You
reason
know,
why he doesn't start. So
I'm like, that was pretty bad.
yeah. What I did like though, that benefited us was how bad. I forgot the dude's first name. Rick, the backup
To Andre
goalkeeper
Blake,
to
yeah,
Andre Blake. Andre Blake was injured,
uh,
abductor injury, I think is what it
yes.
said. But yo, this goalkeeper was terrible. He was constantly off his
Was
line.
wasn't he the lowest rated player on in the whole game?
I would,
5.4.
I would
Yeah, he's
give
the
him the
lowest
lowest.
rated player in
Was
the
he?
game. Yes.
Yeah,
Uh
he was awful, bro.
yes. He had the first half he was on the supporter side, right?
Yeah.
Whoever the crowd near the goal, like I think that's like section 101, 102. These this crowd was giving it to him. Hard body karate, bro. Every
Funny.
little move he would, like when the ball's on the other side of the field, the keepers are
Yeah.
just like doing movements to stay alert, like to stay warm, maybe like little shimmies, like like Alabama drills themselves,
Yeah.
And every time he would do that, the crowd would erupt and just start destroying him to the point where when the halftime whistle came, he went to like the goal to pick up his towel and his water bottle to
Yeah.
take it back to the locker room. And the crowd was giving it to him, and he was
Jesus
just like
Christ.
clapping. He's like, "Good job, guys!" Like, because
Y'all felt it. He was like, y'all fucked me up over here, bro.
yeah, we was supposed to. I don't know what would have happened if we would have scored in that first half on him on that goal.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
man, that
man,
would have been hilarious. They
they
would have never
they
let
would
him
have
live it down and stuff, yo.
destroyed him. The guy was just getting cooked out there by the
He
crowd.
just looked nervous, dog. Like he just, I don't know. Was this his
And look,
first match?
you know what? Andre Blake's their goalkeeper. It could have been his first match in years. Yeah, Andre Blake has been there for a minute.
This man hasn't played soccer in 12 years, bro.
He's like small framed. He doesn't
Yo,
really
he
have
is,
like a
bro.
big
He's just
frame. He doesn't look that tall. And how I'm watching him right now at the game, like in the game, like he's just like
he just
like
looks nervous.
nervous. He reminds me a little bit, respectfully, the style of play wise, how Huicho Barasa was, where
Oh
like he just
no.
looked nervous in goal,
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, he just looked bad, bro.
yeah.
But
But you
to
know,
our advantage, fuck
good
it.
for us.
Like,
But he did have good saves. Like he had a couple saves.
yeah.
Yo, hold up a second. Matt Freeze with some crazy
Yo,
saves in the
Matt
second half.
Freeze has you want to talk about saves, bro.
Man of the
Matt,
match.
yeah, of
Man of
course.
the match. Had
What was he
the
rated?
highest
8 something?
four.
Yeah,
He had the highest
8.4. Hell yeah.
rated in the game.
Oh, and look who was look who was number 3. A lineage. Just
Yeah.
saying. Just saying.
So let's get to that goal.
Okay.
Sexy time goal. Because it was a
Sexy
sexy time.
time.
It was a sexy time goal. Right before that goal happened, right? I was thinking to myself a quote that Zlatan Ibrahimovic said after he left MLS. They're like, they asked him and then what was one thing about MLS that could get better, would make better. And I've always said, I think I said it here before, it's passing. He goes, they don't know how to pass straight. All the passes look like a banana, he said. They always curve off, right? And this is one of those passes where it went straight. It literally went like he pinged it like straight forward into the lane, which is kind of crazy because this is a style of goal where as CFG NYCFC, we're not really used to seeing.
No.
We've been very direct this season, over the top. People call it route one, right over the top, balls over the top. It's very South American style of play where the ball is just like ping it to the front. We've been doing that a lot lately. And this was one of those plays where I think Elena said it post game where he didn't even, all he saw was Alonso. He didn't see the rest of the players on the field. and he didn't even expect it the pass to be that good of a pass. That's how good of a pass it was. You know, so it was definitely like a beautiful pass because it had enough pace and weight to it where only Alonso could have gotten to it.
Yeah. Do you think if Rick, I guess, played it better, what do you think it would have been stopped? Because
that's another thing. He
definitely came off his line. He
came off his line like insecure, like without that much confidence, I could say, right?
No, of course. He just
and that led to Alonso having to get rid of the ball kind of quick, like in a way where I didn't even think the ball was gonna make it to the goal. How slowly that ball
that shit rolled in, right?
Just rolled. I don't even think it hit the back of the net. That ball didn't hit. I think that ball stopped between the line and the net.
It just stopped right after the hit.
Yeah, right after cross the line, it just stopped.
It's like, I'm good. Somebody pick me up.
Yeah, I did my duty.
I did it. I did my job.
Alonso Martinez with another goal.
How many he's got this season,
buddy? I don't know, but let's find out.
Let's find out. Boom. Fat Mob says. Let's
find this out.
How the hell do I find this out? Let me see. Let me click on him. He's got 5 goals this season.
5 goals. We're 8
5
games
goals,
in.
7 starts, 7 matches. Oh, the other thing too, we need to check because we had mentioned Ojeda starting.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Where's this fool at? Let me see. Ojeda. 2 starts. You were right. 2 starts.
Same.
So this was his second start.
Ball knowledgeable fan base, buddy. Right here in the fucking flesh.
This is why we got you on the pod, man.
Oh, thank you. I thought it was my handsome good looks.
You know that counts as well too. But now you're very, very knowledgeable of this shit. This is why we
thought it was my my astute charisma.
Hey, that counts for something. People go a long way with without having knowledge and charisma.
Look at our president.
I was gonna say, look at The Rock. You know, that dude was trash at wrestling, yo. He's fucking garbage, bro.
He is like the god of the Nepo babies.
How much time you got, son? Now this might get me canceled. A lot of people like the way that dude does his work. But yeah, man, that was the when was that goal? The 55th minute, 54th.
You know what, sir? Let's find out because this
I think it was a 55th. Where did my match go?
I'm still getting used to using 55th.
55th, right?
You know what's crazy? You're watching the game on your screen, right? On the side.
Yeah, I'm on the.
It's about to happen right now.
Oh yeah, right now. I'm on the 54th minute.
Yeah,
What minute are you?
54. It's about to happen right now. Right now.
In a few seconds.
You know, so.
All right, so this is us live watching the game. So
yes, so we got
Johnny Shore with
the ball. Justin Hack with the ball. Crosses it over to Thiago Martins. Thiago Martins with a short pass to Elenic. Elenic loses the ball. Philadelphia coming through. Are we allowed to do this?
Why not? Why not? We're not showing the game. We're just talking about it.
All right, we should do a watch along, bro. Like this is something we gotta get on. You know,
facts, bro. We gotta do a watch along.
You know what I mean? Especially like the games where people are not gonna go to. You know, like we're not going to New England, so he got Keaton Parks here with a short pass to Elenic. Elenic, how long is this pass? This is pass.
That's the pass right there.
This pass is like 45 yards.
He comes off his line.
Yeah, crazy. I think
the goalkeeper barely hits the back of the net. Yo, the ball.
The goalkeeper, I think, if you're gonna commit that far out, you might have to foul him.
Nah, you might have to. You might got to throw hands there, bro.
You might have to foul him because he slid too safe.
Son, the funny shit was he started complaining to somebody else. Like, buddy, what are you doing?
Center back, yeah. He slid too safe to like not to avoid contact. I feel like if you're gonna slide, if you're gonna come out like that outside that far outside the box,
you got balls to the wall, bro.
You gotta take him out. You might get a red card, but you know what? They're not. Do you know what the other team's not gonna get? A goal.
you're not starting next week anyway. So what's the big deal? Get the red card. Get the 2-3 game suspension.
It's a professional foul at this point,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a gentleman's foul.
It's a gentleman's foul. Like Kylian
gentleman's
Mbappe
foul.
this morning.
Boom! Right there. Yeah, he should have fouled him.
He should have he slid like he didn't want to touch him.
Yeah.
You know,
What a
that's
great
why
pass from Elenis, though. Bro.
Elenis is a great pass. And this pass is like I said, it's not a banana pass. It's literally a straight pass.
Wow.
Yeah, the goalkeeper was nowhere near him, bro. Why would you come out and slide like that if you're not even going to attempt to make contact? You know, not even attempt to make contact.
Alonso's just laughing at him.
We got fortunate. I think Andre Blake's there. Andre Blake might have made contact. He might have even got to the ball. You know.
Was that the correct thing to do? Is to come out?
Might have been. Yeah. You could have held up. If he would have held up, it still would have been 1v1. You know, because the other defensive play was already behind Alonso at this point. So it would have still been face to face, like cara con cara right there. And, but then you force Alonso to do one or two things: try to chip him, or keep coming towards him. And if he comes towards him, the keeper has a better chance of closing off the angle then.
I feel like it should have been one of those situations where where the keeper tries to make themselves bigger, arms out, coming in slowly.
Yeah, so he should have held. I think he could have held a little bit more. That's why I said if you're gonna slide, if you're gonna commit to a slide outside that box, you gotta make some sort of contact. You gotta make contact with the ball. You gotta make contact with him, the ball and him, or take him out. Like you cannot just slide. Like he looked like he was sliding into second, bro. Like he was just trying to be safe,
just trying to do something.
Yeah,
just to say that he did something.
Hopefully he scares them or something. No. Yeah. That's not enough. That's also on the keeper. You know, like the big time goalkeeper mistake.
Huge keeper error. Yeah. And Alonso knew it too because he goes from left to right and he had so much time too when he did it. It was like, it wasn't like how I don't know if you saw Marta's play this from yesterday. It wasn't something similar, but she had two defenders come up towards her. And she basically did like an Allen Iverson from right to left crossover and puts two bodies on their ass just immediately. And you saw it like if you go back and watch this Alonso play, he goes from left to right. It's like a beat. Then like on the second beat is when the slide comes in. It was just like the keeper had, it was a huge keeper mistake. And like I said before, the guy played like ass, and it was to our advantage because other than that goal, I feel like after this,
momentum started shifting.
Not United, excuse me, the Union, the momentum shifted, and it was just all Union. And this is why we gave man of the match to Matt Freese, because if it wasn't for Matt Freese, we don't win this game. I don't think. But yeah, man, this was a tough one right here. We had this one play right here too. Yeah, with
Maxi Morales trying to go for glory. I feel like Maxi Morales could have took a couple more steps closer and set himself up a little bit better. The ball was too ahead of him, so he was when he kicked the ball, he was leaning too little far back. That's why the ball went up. I think he could have took another step easily.
Yeah, he had time
because he was kind of drawing the defenders. He could have held the ball and potentially made a pass
it off. Yeah, he could have passed
it right back to Alonso.
Yep.
So
I don't know. I guess said
Maxi needs a goal. He's he needs his goal.
Maxi needs something. He's played a lot of minutes. He's played every match. He started every match.
Yeah. Yesterday he didn't play the full game, which was good, which is nice to see.
He's older.
The sub was interesting, right?
Yeah.
Julian Fernandez for Maxi, and then Julian kind of played in the middle.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Because you had brought it up in the text.
Yeah, because I was thinking, talking to Charlie also, I'm like, nah, Julian's gonna go on the right, and Wolf is gonna go in the middle, like what we saw in preseason.
Yeah,
we saw that this lineup in preseason with Julian and Ojeda on the wings and Wolf in the middle, and that wasn't the case. So Wolf stayed on the right, and Julian kind of up the middle. Clearly, it didn't work. There wasn't much that came from that.
Well, you got to give it.
But it was good to give him a rest.
Yeah. I don't want to say that it didn't work. I feel like it's one of those things where it needs time. He got subbed in the 75th minute. Like, how much time do you have to create? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. We talked about it too on previous episodes, as well as you know, building stuff, and not necessarily just building stuff, but creating new opportunities. This is the time to do it, because we don't have any players that have been signed, and yeah, why not try to create new positions out of players that we have. It worked out for Alonso Martinez. Alonso Martinez is not a striker.
Yes.
His natural position is in the midfield somewhere.
In the wings, yes.
And so now he's our main striker. So maybe, I don't know, maybe with a little bit more time, Fernandez could be that number 10.
I would like to see Hans Wolf there.
Yeah, I've talked about that too on the pod.
It worked in the preseason. Like, he had some success. There was something brewing there.
Yeah.
Because remember, he played in the preseason a lot in the 10 because the whole Santi Rodriguez rumor started picking up.
Yep.
Shouts to Santi Rodriguez for missing a clear Vives en un country sitter.
Oh no!
For Copa Libertadores last week. Yeah, buddy.
I didn't
see that. I was like, that's the Santi I remember. He freaking him and the keeper, bro. Him and the keeper. He sent it to the moon, bro.
Jesus Christ! Wow,
that ball landed next to Ojeda's ball from the first half.
From the first half, it went like this.
Yeah. When stars collide.
Hell yeah, man! But yeah, this is great. This is a big win. Like I said before, against the rival. Any other things you want to talk about in this match before we move on?
Shouts to everybody who went to the game, because
the weather.
It was like 19. The announced attendance was 19,000 and change. It might not have felt like that in the stadium, but it started picking up. The rain started picking up late in the game, like the last 15 or so minutes of the game. The rain, the drizzle picked up. Like, it became a steady drizzle at this point. And shouts to everybody who stayed and who came to the game. And it was cold, man. It was nippy.
These big ass stadiums don't do us justice, because in a small stadium, in a soccer specific stadium, 19,000, that's a lot, bro. It looks like a lot.
It will look
19,000 at a 45,000 seater. It don't look like anybody's there.
Yep. Especially with the seats all like a certain color.
Yeah. That should look empty as hell, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a good amount of people to come on. Yeah, the weather was fucking terrible. This whole week the weather's gonna be ass.
Yeah, the weather outside was frightful.
It really was, man. It really was. But yeah, shouts to y'all for going out there, for braving the cold. I can't believe it's fucking this cold in April. I was in Vegas last week, and buddy, the weather was chef's kiss. I didn't get to go in the pool. I ended up getting a tat, so I kind of fucked myself over with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody was like at the pool, lounging and having drinks, and the sun was just being the sun and shit. And so I missed out on that. But yeah,
it's okay. It's the pool's dirty as hell.
I didn't want to go in the pool. I'm
not a fan of the pool. I'm not a fan. No, I'm not a fan of pools, bro. The pools to me are a large body of bacteria.
Yo, very true. Can I share a nasty story from Vegas one year?
Oh yeah.
I know you like these nasty shits.
Dirty nasty story?
Dirty nasty. It's not one of those. It's about a pool. So it was 1 year. It was hot, and we were staying at this one spot. It's like a resort type hotel. It wasn't like a casino. And there's a dude that I work with. Those white dudes who are mad hood.
Yes.
They're like very New York.
Yeah.
He's one of those. He got raspy voice because he smokes a lot, so he talks like this and shit. And so I'm in the pool, just chilling. Got like a floaty, got my drink and shit. And I hear, yo, Doobie. I'm like, so I look up. He goes, yo, fuck you doing in the pool, son? I'm like, just relaxing. He's like, yo, they closed the pool earlier while I was working. Somebody took a shit in that bitch. And I was like, nah, come on, son. Why I got sick, bro? I dead got sick. Yeah, I had to call out. They flew me out to Vegas to work the show. That night, I end up with like a fucking fever. I think it was like 101, 102 fever. I'm throwing up. I'm like, yo, I'm sick. I can't work. And then, of course, when the homie saw me at the airport, he was like, "You shouldn't have gotten the pools." So I don't fuck with the pools.
I don't fuck with pool. I remember. I don't want to say which public pool it was because there might be people that go there.
I haven't been in a public pool like that.
When I was a youngin, I went to a public pool.
Yeah.
This is the last public pool I've been to, like a city pool. Bro, I caught the crazy ringworm on my face.
Oh no! I thought you was gonna say pink eye, but the ringworm sounds even worse.
Like this, bro. On my face, bro. I was like, I ain't never stepping foot. And it's crazy because my mom and my sister still go to that pool.
Oh no!
But they're there when it opens. Like when they open the gate, they're waiting for the gate to open. That's the only time they go. But yo, nasty. I don't do public pools, bro. It reminds me with the story you just said. It reminds me of you ever heard that Tracy Morgan story?
Yeah. He recently just
he said it again. I've heard it before, but he recently said it again where he was at the pool in Brooklyn at a public pool, and he got his sneakers stolen.
Tracy Morgan's so funny, bro.
And he goes, "Yo." Nobody wanted to say who had the sneakers, so the very next day he comes back to the pool, takes a big old dookie in the pool. They wound up closing the pool off for the rest of the summer.
Too much, bro. Y'all took the shit in the pool.
He's like, I don't get my sneakers. Ain't nobody going to the pool now.
They stole his Adidas and shit, man. Fuck,
nasty.
That's disgusting. Yeah. So
I
try not to swim in those pools, man. But I did want to lounge at the
little cabana things.
It was just too hot though, man. You know, burn my tattoo off and shit. So
it is the desert. I don't think people are meant to be there to begin with.
Nah. Yo, you know what's funny, bro? Flying into Vegas, you just see how fake the city looks because everything is like perfectly squared.
Yeah, it's like
manicured.
Nothing, and then it's like a grid.
Massive city,
like a freaking like a spreadsheet.
Like a fucking Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah, for real. And then it ends, and then you're back to nothing.
Back to nothingness and shit. It's a spot called like Death Valley. It's just right outside.
Yeah, when you're driving to like Cali, especially when you're driving to that direction towards Cali, you like is
Vegas always a good time though, man. Vegas always a good time. We was winning on the tables and shit. A couple people won some bucks, you know.
Generously, you guys
love it. The the trees are just some of the best. Some of the best.
Those trees.
Hell yeah, brother.
And the economy on the trees is crazy too, right?
Very, very much so. Way better than the shit we get out here. The gas prices, though,
ridiculous.
OD. It was like $3.75 for a gallon. And then I had a ex coworker who moved to California who was hype off the prices because he said he's paying almost $5 for gas.
When I was in Cali last summer, I saw prices like $5 and change. I put $5.09. I put $5.09 when I rented a car in San Francisco. Luckily for me, it was a Prius. So all I had to do was put $10 in the shit.
It was good money, bro.
Yeah, I was chilling. I purposely rented the Prius. I was like, yo, I know the gas prices is ridiculous out there.
That shit was wild. Yeah, I told him. I said before I left, I put gas and it was $2.85, I think it was.
Out here, yeah,
in the city. He was like, "No way." So when I got back, I drove past the gas station and I sent him a picture. It was $2.89. He was like, "Get the fuck out of here." I'm like, "Nobody told you to move to California, bro."
Talk to your local congressman. It's your local senator, buddy.
Hell yeah. One more thing before we let y'all go. You wanna just touch base about the Gold Cup?
Real quick? Because I think it means a lot more to you than it does to anybody else.
Hey, my boys made it in. Shout out to the Dominican Republic. They are in Group A. They're not going to be playing out here in the East Coast, which sucks. They got a match against Mexico, basically in Mexico. It's playing in California. And then they got two matches.
Let's go. Let's real quick. Group A is Mexico, Costa Rica, Suriname, and Dominican Republic.
Boom.
If I was a gambler, a degenerate,
I
would be scared of Suriname, the DR Suriname game, because Suriname has all these Dutch players
You said you would be or you wouldn't be scared?
I would be. Because Suriname is one of those countries that have a lot of Dutch players from the Netherlands
Right.
who are rooted in Suriname, and they've decided to play for them.
They decided to jump ship.
So those are players who play in Everderci,
Arrivederci.
The Dutch leagues. All right. So I say RIP DR in that group.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be positive. Like I said, I'm gonna pull in the lineage here. I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna be on my positive shit.
You know,
here's what I think. I think game 1 we lose against Mexico. That's a given. Mexico's playing very well right now. We lose against them. I want to say we tie against Costa Rica.
Wow, Alonso Martinez is going to be on the heater, bro.
Yep, I know, and he'll probably score. Maybe he'll score 2. I don't know. But we got.
That means y'all got to score 2 to tie.
We got to score. Junior's going to score 2. So
wow,
yeah, fuck it, why not? Why not? Listen, this is me being positive. So we go into a tie, and then game 3 that Sunday night main event, do or die, baby, against the Dutch. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think, yeah, of course, you see Dominican Republic and you think they're gonna get washed. This isn't baseball, but I don't know. I want to be positive. I think.
All right,
I think we'll be
real quick. Let's go to Group B: Canada, Honduras, El Salvador, Curacao. Curacao is another one of those Dutch teams.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna pick. I think Canada's in, real quick, and shout outs to Newberg, but I think Honduras might get in.
Yeah, I can see
might get out of that group. Right? You agree with those two?
I agree with those two.
Group C, we got Panama, Jamaica, Guatemala, and Guadeloupe.
I'm going Panama going first. What was it? Panama,
Jamaica, Guatemala, Guadeloupe.
Damn, that's a tough one.
It's really not.
You don't think Jamaica versus? You think Jamaica makes it out?
Yes. Ecuador played Guatemala in the friendly last year.
Okay.
Around this time, March last year. And Ecuador was literally toying with these guys. These guys are not even professional players. I'm dead serious. I'm being dead serious right now.
I feel like I remember this.
I remember watching these guys. I was like, yo, these guys are not even, they're not even in shape. Like, so I wouldn't put too much thought on that. I think that's going to be pretty easy for Panama, Jamaica to get
Panama, Jamaica. All right. Panama, Jamaica getting out the
group. E, we have United States, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, and Saudi Arabia. All they needed in this group was like a Venezuela, and this was like the World War III groups of T1 visas.
That's funny. One more time. The groups is USA,
Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, and Saudi Arabia.
And Saudi Arabia. Jesus Christ.
I say Saudi Arabia tops the group.
Fuck it.
You know,
Saudi Arabia tops the group.
The PIF is paying big money for this.
Yeah, hell yeah, they are.
You know, and then United States, Haiti doesn't have anything. Trinidad and Tobago doesn't have anything going on. Hercules Gomez had a pretty interesting clip the other day. We're saying that we got to stop playing the Gold Cup in the United States won.
Yes,
and we have to stop rigging the groups because it's rigged. That it's always Mexico on one side of the bracket, the US on the other side of the bracket, so it could always be
Mexico,
USA in the finals. Yeah. Have a proper lottery, have a proper draw, and start moving these games around so it can mean more. And I think it's taking away for some of the meaning of the Gold Cup is that it's always in the US. Like why
is that by chance? Do you know?
Money? Yeah, because here the teams can make the most money on ticket sales. You know, every team makes money off ticket sales here, and they get charged up the wazoo for ticket sales. And dumb Americans / immigrants from these countries are willing to pay for these prices. That's the bottom line. The bottom line of that. But it would be cool to see this tournament like in Costa Rica.
Yeah. I think we had this conversation before where it was like needed to be in South America because it looks better, sounds better. You know, these massive stadiums that, you know, that barely get filled.
Isn't the DR Suriname game in the AT&T Stadium?
Yeah, which is
bananas.
100,000
100,000.
people in that stadium.
Yeah. Is that
That's,
part of a double? Is that part of a double header, or is that just a single game? Because I know that
it's a
game,
double header because it's Mexico, Costa Rica.
that same
Before,
game.
yeah, and we meaning we DR, we play after the Mexico Costa Rica game.
But are you sure?
That's what the photo I saw, or the time. It said time, local time, East Coast time, 10:30. Look at the Gold Cup. Where did I see it? I think we had sent it in our chat. Gold Cup.
No, they play at the same
Cup.
time, bro.
It's at the same time.
Yeah. So DR Suriname AT&T Stadium.
Oh, they're playing in Las Vegas.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's what's crazy. Like they're literally gonna have DR respectfully and
yeah.
Suriname respectfully in 100,000
Yeah,
seater stadium.
nobody's going to that game, bro.
You're not even gonna fill a half of the lower bowl.
Nah,
Like it's
that's insane.
optically it's bananas. They should move that game to FC Dallas Stadium, respectfully.
That would be fire.
Respectfully, have an intimate setting.
Yeah.
And give an opportunity for the fans to be able to make an impact. You're going to be able to hear the players' conversations on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, to me, that is bananas. Let me see something real quick.
No, this one says.
No, USA Haiti is part of the doubleheader for DR Suriname. USA Haiti's at 7:00, and the DR game's at 10:00. Same stadium.
Okay.
But still, USA Haiti
here because this one's saying 21 local and 19 local for the same game for the Mexico Costa Rica match.
Yeah, because they're playing at the same time, different stadiums.
What time is it? I guess it's 2 hours back or an hour back in Arlington from.
It's 2 hours.
2 hours, right? Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna have USA Haiti the first game, followed by the DR. That's not even gonna fill it. USA Haiti is not a draw.
Nah, not at all.
I'll be surprised if they open the third level now that I think about it. And then everybody's gonna leave for the DR game. And then what sucks about doubleheader games is that you force the DR fans and the Haiti fans to pay whatever astronomical price they're gonna have to go see USA, and not be able to not afford it. It might turn people away from that.
Yep. Because I would love to get nice seats for that game.
Yeah, but now you got to sit through this nonsense.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. I didn't know. Yeah, because I only saw that one picture, the one that was sent to the group. I didn't see that it was all staggered like that, which is wild, man. So, yeah, Gold Cup needs to not be played in the United States anymore. Like, let's do it somewhere else. Do it in Mexico. Do it elsewhere, man. Need to. But yeah,
real
man.
quick, a prediction. We didn't give a prediction for this New England trip coming up.
Oh no, yeah, we haven't even. Yeah, we didn't preview
what
that.
What are we doing here? I can't make it to the game.
Yeah, we got some family shit going on, so I probably won't make it to the game. But what you thinking though? New England played.
New England's just beat Atlanta over the weekend, 1-0.
They did. Yep.
They got a couple wins under their belts now. I remember beginning of the season we looked at this game as like an easy win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure about that. I'm not saying it's not going to be a win. I'm just saying it might not be as easy as we initially thought. I think the turf is going to play a factor again on us. Wonder what's the weather for next Saturday. Right now it says it's rain. It's raining here on Saturday.
Listen, we got a better record than they do.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 2-1 victory. That's the safest bet, I'm
going to go I'm going to do 1-0 again.
Okay.
I think another Alonso
1-0 is almost even safer than the 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1-0. Alonso's going to do his thing again. And yeah, I think we hold these dudes down. I think these I don't know. I'm not too worried about New England Revolution at this point.
I do know one thing. That trip sucks when you lose.
It really does.
That's a long ass
because
bus
it's like
drive,
a 4 or 5 hour bus ride,
4 hour and change
and then you got to
to
get home.
from wherever the bus
You know what I'm saying? For
drops
wherever
you
the
off.
bus drops you off at and shit. So yeah, I'm not really looking too forward on that one, but
Big
um,
yikes.
yeah, but yeah, I think hopefully this is a big boost in morale
And confidence.
and confidence to the boys in blue, beating Philadelphia Union. You know, I think the Union are fifth in the East. Yeah, they're ranked. They're fifth. Uh, 4 wins and 3 losses they got this season. One of those losses was from us. So yeah, I think it was big money that we beat these fools. Let's just keep that momentum going. Who do we got after New England? Let me see.
Let's find out.
Jump ship over here.
Schedule. We have Toronto away.
Oof. You've never done Toronto, right?
I've never done Toronto, you know, and
Which
it's
is
somewhere.
which is I don't know. It's kind of weird you haven't done that.
Yeah, it's a difficult place to. It's a long drive, you know.
Very
It's a
long drive.
It's a 2:30 game. I don't know if I'm gonna make it this time around. To be honest with you, I know
Mm.
people are flying out. There was one of those what do you call it? The pandemic pricing flights for this game.
Oh
That
wow.
some people jumped on round trip under $100.
Damn, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I should have did something like that when I had the opportunity, but you know what?
C'est la vie. C'est la
Yeah.
vie. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think we could beat New England. I'm pretty confident about this, and like I said, hopefully this win against Philly, you know, gives us that little boost, man. Chopped cheese over Philly cheesesteak any day of the week. But
They're basically the same thing, no?
yeah, I mean, Philly cheesesteaks
A,
ribeye.
a New York Philly cheesesteak is
Like
basically a chopped cheese, no?
No,
Just because of the meat they use.
Yeah, the quality in meat is different. If you're getting a good Philly cheesesteak, it's supposed to be ribeye. You got your grilled peppers, your grilled onions,
Chopped cheese.
and no, wait, you usually get either that like whiz type cheese or like super melty type cheese.
The provolone, Papi. You gotta get the provolone.
I like the whiz. I like whiz on my whiz wit.
I got the
But with a
provolone.
chopped cheese, you know, you get ground beef. Who knows where they're getting the ground beef from? We're not getting organic ground beef.
That shit's like in a brick like this, like a
you know what I'm
long
saying?
cylinder.
That
brick.
government cheese looking ass brick, you know, it's probably
That's
not
the cheese they're using.
probably.
The fucking cheddar Track Craft mega singles.
Exactly. And then the chopped cheese usually has lettuce and tomato and mayonnaise on it.
And
You know, so
ketchup.
it's different. It's
I like the
different.
ketchup.
And ketchup.
I like ketchup mayo.
Yeah, so it's a bit different from a Philly cheesesteak. But
I don't do salt pepper in a chopped cheese because I feel like the meat
it's already salted. That's
it's
OD.
already salty as fuck. So I just do the lettuce, tomato, with the ketchup and mayo is a little bit more salt. You know?
Do you do salt and pepper on a bacon, egg, and cheese?
I do salt, pepper, no ketchup.
Yeah, I do no ketchup, and I just do pepper. I do black pepper, and that's it.
Okay.
Because the bacon is salty already, bro.
Yes, correct.
It's mad salty and shit. Especially that cheap ass bacon that wherever the fuck they begin.
No, because sometimes they be using non-haram fucking. They use a halal bacon with fucking turkey bacon. Don't give me that bullshit. I always ask if it's turkey bacon, I get a sausage, egg, and cheese.
Yeah,
because at least I know what I'm getting there.
Not facts.
You know, I'm not getting.
How you feel about beef bacon?
Get that shit out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I heard that the other day. I'm like, beef bacon. That's like when halal guys. That's like when halal guys decided to stop serving lamb, and now they serve beef and chicken mix. They serve beef now, and they don't squirt the white sauce. They give it to you in a fucking the packets that look like. Remember the ice creams the Dole ice creams used to get icicles. They used to get in high school. They used to rip the top off the paper and. That's what
the white sauce looks like.
Yeah, they give you a big freaking triangle serving of white sauce.
It's because they sold out. That's why.
Yeah, so that's
there's fucking halal guys everywhere now. So
Yeah.
that's exactly the way.
Let's get out of here because I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm all this talk about food.
And to avoid eating, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
You got work tomorrow? Because I
Of
don't.
course.
I'm off. I'm off.
Why?
Today. Passover. It's Passover. It's the Passover.
I get no religious holidays, bro. My
So
company.
I love Passover because of the Metallica song. Damn, I'm blanking. What song it is, yo?
Harvester of Sorrow.
No, not Harvester of Sorrow. It's Let It Be Written. Creeping Death. Creeping Death is about the Passover. Yes, listen to the lyrics. When you hang up after this and you're in your bed and you're about to go to sleep, read the lyrics to Creeping Death. It's literally about the Passover. It's hilarious, bro.
Wow. Okay.
It's about the Passover, which is it's fantastic. It's my favorite holiday. So, but all right, y'all.
A holiday based on the original Gaslighter.
Ooh. All right, well, they're gonna cancel us, man. All right, y'all. This is the NYCFC Forever podcast. We will see you guys on the next one. Peace.